Hey, what's up? Pretty cool. So it's been a few years since I did these. Ward Wrestling, we're back, and I'm just absolutely honored to my first show right out of the gate is these amazing young adults here, Gabby Tedesco, Elijah Lowe, a power couple, as I call them. Uh, Gabby, 2023 Fargo champ, two-time state champ, three-time state placer, Fargo All-American, four-time dual state champ, Ironman All-American. Elijah Lowe, 24 state champ, preseason Nationals All-American, recruiting showcase All-American, two-time knockout All-American, three-time state placer. And that's just a few things that I have here. Uh, as you see, I'm looking at my notes. So they've obviously accomplished a lot more than that, but that are some of the big names. But man, really, really good to see you guys. How you guys doing?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. Yep.
I'm doing good too.
Have you guys been wrestling? You guys still in the room, or are you guys doing more coaching now?
Well, yeah, we're still in the room. Right now, I'm still recovering from a knee injury, but Gabby's still in the room doing her work.
Oh,
I'm
yeah, that's
in
right.
there
I think,
a little bit.
yeah, I think I saw your dad post something about send blessings. You were having some surgery or something.
Yeah,
Oh, good. How you feeling?
I'm feeling a lot better. The surgery helped my knee out a lot, but I'm still recovering. So,
Well, if you know Elijah Lowe and you listen to this, it's probably the most you'll ever hear him speak in a room because he's pretty
yeah, it's
much
true.
keeps to himself all the time. But he is a little badass on the mat, and he's going off to Chattanooga, UTC. So congratulations to you on that. We did see that, and
Thank you.
what a great place. And Gabby going off to McKendree. No, no, I love that she's going to McKendree. She knows where my kid wrestles. So we were trying to help. Hopefully she was going to go there, but she's got to do what's best for her. McKendree's got a fantastic program. We look forward to watching her wrestle there. And man, some great Florida girls going out. I was at the Olympic trials this weekend, which was like a kid it was like Christmas morning, but better. And I'm watching the girls wrestle, and I'm thinking of you, and I'm thinking of like in 28. Could we see Gabby? Could we see Val? Could we see Sophia? Could we? I mean, I could keep going down. Claire Bowie. I mean, I could. If I forgot you, girls, it's not because I forgot you. I just can't sit here and name 100 names. But we have so many great girls coming out of our state, and boys too. So, but I thought about a lot of the girls watching them wrestle, and how cool would that be to see you guys there? But let's
I
the
thought,
first that'd be awesome, right?
yeah.
Something you want to do? I mean, go on to the world scene.
So I think like it should be my senior year technically. So my senior year in college, I do see myself wrestling in the Olympic trials and stuff. I've always like ever since I started wrestling and then progressing, I always saw myself going to the major levels. So like that's a big goal I have.
That's awesome. If I take a sip of my coffee, I'll cover the logo because I'm a. Hey, what's up? When are you
Austin,
coming? Hey, you're gonna have to sign in and come on and talk about SCU. No, see, it's my look. It's my North Central dad mug. Cover the name.
You're
There was
silly.
some awesome girls. I obviously there's a lot to talk about. I want to, your Fargo run was amazing. What he's done this year has been amazing. Both of your runs. But the one thing I want to ask is, you guys both go into the state tournament. Obviously, if you look at predictions, everybody's got Gabby winning it, right? I don't remember reading anything that picked Elijah, right? Now, if you
No.
know Elijah and you're around Elijah and you know the mindset that was being built inside him and the coaching staff he's around, anybody coming out of that room has a chance. I mean, they're just coached well. They're prepared well. They watch film well. Walker and his team out there. But you both get there, and I see you guys training with each other. Every time there's a mat available, you guys are working with each other. You're teaching, talking to each other. Um, what? So Gabby wins it first, right? She runs through her weight class, but she runs into Gomez, right? in the finals.
Gonzalez, I think. Gonzalez.
Who is, let me tell you, this girl's a freshman in our country, in our state, and everybody better keep an eye on her because she is, she will definitely, I mean, she was in Gabby's weight class, but you could see Gabby, and you could talk about this. You could see you change your level after that first period. I mean, you went in there and you had kind of rolled through the whole tournament as you typically have done these last 12 months, wherever you've wrestled. And she gets to your leg and she's almost got you to your back and you're fighting. And from that moment on, I mean, she was working, and then you could kind of see your level change. Talk about that.
So I always like had an issue with having like big nerves before matches and stuff. So like as soon as the whistle blew, like it was just an unreal feeling. Like I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going for a second one. Well, and then like I don't know, like my head just goes everywhere, and then boom, she gets on my legs, and I'm like, all right, well, I need to lock down all this and that. I try to go for a dump out of a headlock, but she's way longer than me, so she steps over it, and I was like, all right, well, now I'm on bottom. I need to, do the same thing I've been doing all season. I've been working bottom and top the most, and I was really a defensive wrestler, so like changing back to my offense was a different feeling. So it was, I just knew that I had to stay calm because my first state title, I was so nervous. I like was freaking out all over the mat. It was just not like, it was a very sloppy like feeling. I won the state title and I was like, oh yay, I won a state title. And then I looked at Elijah and I was like, ooh, not in the way I wanted to. So next year's gonna be different. And so I didn't crack under pressure, which was like the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, and it was fun to watch, and it was great to watch. And obviously, her coach as well. They coached you up in Fargo, and everybody else was there with you, and everybody speaks highly of you. And then and so you win it, and now I see you right back to work with Elijah in the back under the stage there, and you guys are working. I put that funny video, like remember, like you telling him something, but Elijah, now you're ready to go, right? And you're wrestling, and you get to that match, and first of all, I mean, he's a great wrestler. He's an awesome kid. Lermer, right?
Yeah.
And we love him, and great family, but he's beaten you like 4 straight times, right? Was it something like that?
Yeah.
And,
yeah, it's been a lot.
So I think that so you get into that match. I mean, what's your mindset there?
Well, I had extreme nerves going in the match, to be honest, but I just knew how to stick to a game plan. Like went out there, what Gabby set for me and what the coaches set for me, and I just had to have confidence in myself to go out on the mat and just go to 100% of my abilities. So
yeah,
I always knew.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I always knew I had the opportunity to be the best in the state. It's just I had a whole bunch of mental barriers that set me away from that goal. But I feel like in that match, I kind of proved to myself and everybody that I was the best in the state.
Yeah, and the last, I think maybe the last 2 times you wrestled him, he would get up really big on you, and then you would start to work your way back. I mean, even at the state duels, you kind of started to work your way back, but obviously too little, too late. And this way, you started off strong. You stayed in position, and it was fun to watch. So that whistle blows, and I mean, I've got pictures of your coaches going nuts. I've got pictures of you running off the mat. I mean, what's that feeling when you finally hear the whistle blow?
It was kind of unreal. It felt like I wasn't even a state champion at that moment. It just like I couldn't believe it, really. Like all that momentum built up. I was like, I just got to get through this match. And after that, I just never really accepted the fact that I was a state champion until like a day later.
Yeah. So talk about that moment. I took a picture of you, your dad, Gabby. You guys are your family. You're all hugging right there, right at that moment. I mean, talk about that moment. What did that mean to you?
it meant a lot to me. It just showed like how big of a support system I had. All the coaches, my whole family was there to support me, all giving me hugs and everything. And it just felt really good.
So, what did it mean for you guys to win it together your senior year?
Well, so I was just like, I could tell she was nervous going into it, but I always had the feeling. So right after knockout, when he wrestled Lermer, I was like, oh my gosh, like that's the first time I've ever seen him score like offensively on Lermer. So I was like, oh, like this is gonna be like he's gonna give Lermer a run for his money. Then state duels comes and it just gets closer and closer. So like I just watched Elijah blow through the bracket, pin everyone. And I was like, oh, he's gonna win a state title. I know it. I know he's gonna win a state title. And so I was trying to keep him like calm throughout the day, and then he was keeping me calm and just like winning it together. Like I don't think I would have been like as happy if he wasn't able to win it because it's just a good moment to share together. Like I helped him get where he's at. He helped me get where I'm at. Like it was just a great feeling.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I've been around you guys a long time, photographing you guys, and your coach has meant a lot to my family. But it was awesome to see, and it's always hard for me because growing go, building what I've built, I have fallen in love with a lot of kids, right? And I love a bunch of kids, as you know. I'm always around, and I love the Jesuit guys, and the Mater Lakes girls and the guy and everybody out there. But when you see it's so, I was happy for you. I mean, not that I wouldn't have been happy for Roman Lermer, but it was something that was like it was well deserved. You've worked so hard, and uh, and he's got a couple of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not that it makes it easier. I'm sure he wants a couple more, but but just to see it, it's like last year when I had to watch uh, Gianni and Cody go at it. It just broke my heart to watch the match because I love both kids, right? So it's this year, you had Cody and Gage, and you just watch these matches of these kids you've covered for the last 4 years, and you don't, maybe secretly you're pulling for somebody, but you can't publicly announce it, right? But you love both, so you're happy for everybody, so it's tough. But man, what a year you guys had. You guys, um, both All Americans. You bring back a stop sign, not a little stop sign, but a big stop sign. From there, wrestling one of your friends, right? And it's great. We're seeing Val go off to Iowa. You go off to McKendree, and she just won a state title in Pennsylvania, and you just won one in Florida. And hopefully, maybe you guys will be at the same weight in college, and you'll get to see each other again. But it's great to see both you go off and do that, both Fargo champs. But we haven't really talked about that. I mean, that Fargo run you went on was incredible, and I remember the match was over, and you looked like you couldn't believe it was over.
Mhm.
It
Like
was,
it was weird just having like throughout the whole tournament, I was like, oh my goodness, like as soon as the brackets came out, I was like, oh Bree, like I'm in a good spot. Like this like side of the bracket I'm in, like I'm in a really good spot. Like I see myself going to the finals. And so I already knew that Val was gonna be in the finals. I like had a feeling already. She went out, wrestled amazing. Then we met in the finals. And like I was so nervous, like warming up before I like walked down on the stage to wrestle. I was so nervous. And then as soon as I get on the stage, it was like a weird feeling that I had like no nerves left. Like, and then I was so calm throughout the whole match. And like, I knew that like score 1 point at a time, don't rush anything. Like, I had a game plan with Walker, Bree. He helped me. Like, everyone was just there helping me form this game plan. And like, after I won, I just couldn't believe like all the work I put in, all the 2 workouts a day, the weight cut that I had, like, I couldn't believe that everything just fell in line and I was able to win such a big tournament. And then just, for me wanting to wrestle in college, I feel like winning Fargo, like, really helped me get out there and stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like, and I was texting with Val yesterday, and I love her, and I remember when she won it, that really catapulted her, right? I mean, that really puts you win Fargo, you even All American Fargo, that kind of catapults you and puts you on the map. Um, I'm sure your phone rang after that.
Yeah.
Elijah, you're going through the year and you're wrestling, and you're really, we talked, you're probably looking at North Central, you're looking at McKendree, you're looking at different schools. I remember you traveling around, you're looking at D2, D3 programs, and then all of a sudden you start to All American at these tournaments. You start to have a good run at the knockout. Then you pull off this state title. But I think wasn't it the knockout, that run you had on the knockout before competing against Lermer, that kind of catapulted you? I think you said UTC reached out to you at that point. You had wrestled maybe one of their recruits or something, and you wrestled them really hard, and they saw you. Um, at what point did you know, man, I think I could wrestle at the next level, and schools are starting to notice you?
Well, I always wanted to wrestle at the next level. It really didn't matter what division it was, but I still always wanted to like wrestle at the next level. And when I got that text after knockout, I just knew that I actually had something going for me and I could actually compete at a really high level. So, and I don't know who the recruit I wrestled was. They never told me, but like that kind of made me happy to see that like a person like I was wrestling, they were recruiting, and I was doing well against, and just like gave me a lot of confidence.
It goes to show you, because I know, okay, so there's no secret here. I never wrestled. Everybody knows that, right? Um, I had a kid that found the sport, and that's how I found the sport, and I fell in love with it. But um, it seems like, from learning what I've learned and seeing and talking to so many coaches, I'll even talk to Division I coaches at Fargo. And yeah, I mean, they all would love to recruit that elite 4-time Fargo champion, but only one person's going to get that guy, right? So a lot of them will look at the guy that's wrestling that guy, or the kids that are out there. Maybe they're not, they get to a certain point in the tournament, obviously, but maybe they're losing to those top 10 kids, but they're fighting them strong, and they see that they can build something on it. So that goes to show, I mean, proof is right there, right?
Yeah.
When you went to, I know we talked about this. We'll talk about McKendree, because I know you fell in love with Emma Bruntiel and that program, and she's somebody you've been watching since you were little. So I know you really, that kind of helped you make that decision there. I know you were on the fence between them and North Central, and you picked them, which is great. God bless them. But UTC is, what a program. I mean, their coaches, Rochelle, and that team, and what they do over there, and their wife, and I mean, the whole family's involved. And I've been there. I've got to see them. I've spoke to them. But what did it just feel right when you went on that recruiting visit?
Yeah, when I went on the recruiting visit, it just felt like it was a family atmosphere. Like everyone's for each other. It was just a great experience when I was up there. They treated me like family, so I really liked it up there.
And you're kind of a laid back dude. So Tennessee, Chattanooga, it's kind of your speed, right?
Yeah.
uh, when did you know it was McKendree, Gabby? When did you know? I know we talked throughout your visits, and you went on a few, and I know you had come down to those last two, and then McKendree was the pick. What pushed you over the edge there?
So I just feel like I was looking at schools kind of just everywhere at this point. Like you're not gonna get a school that's like gonna be super, super close to Florida. Like, so I kind of expected that I had to go, somewhere far from home. But like if I was gonna do that, I needed to be at the right program. So I went on a visit to North Central. It was like amazing. I truly loved all my visits to Presbyterian, North Central, all of them. McKendree. It was the hardest decision that I had to make, but ultimately, like, McKendry just reminded me of Lee Gibson, like in a weird way. Like the coach Alexio just reminds me of Walker and like the things that they do. And just walking in there and I saw like all the people that won national titles there and I'm like looking on the wall. I was just like, well, this like feels like somewhere I can be. Um Plus like one of my close friends that graduated, he's like 30 minutes from me, so that's super exciting.
That's
It was
awesome.
just really good. Like I met Alexio's family, like his daughters. It was just I was like, well, this is the place I want to be. I have a feeling like, I just feel like I'm gonna be I'm gonna improve in wrestling and not only in wrestling but in my academics. So I had to look for a school that would have my like major for a bachelor's program and also a master's program since I'm coming into college with an AA already.
Oh, that's awesome. So yeah, it was good. I knew, we had talked off the air and I knew what you had it narrowed down to. And of course I had my fingers crossed. But
Mhm.
McKendree obviously is a wonderful place and they have done amazing things over the years. And to get to be around Emma Bruntiel she is just phenomenal. So I'm sure you're going to learn a ton from her. And from talking to everybody, I mean, she's very involved. Like she helps people. She'll wrestle with to get to camps. I mean, she's awesome, and she's believe me, women's power, women's sports, women. Her belief system is incredible. So it's awesome. Did you guys um did you guys watch any of the Olympic trials?
Yes, we
Yes, we did.
did.
What was the so what was maybe the one win you guys saw that was like, wow, I didn't see that coming?
Aaron Brooks.
Yeah, probably.
It's crazy. I mean, he looked like he was just a man wrestling boys, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. The Eve Valencia match was a really good one too with Aaron Brooks.
Yeah, well,
I
and I
like
guess they've wrestled a few times, right? So they kind of knew each other.
yeah.
um, I know people are kind of thought there were some questionable calls there. I mean, I was next to the replay guys, and you could see where the jersey got tugged. I don't know about the whole other thing with the escape and out the circle and all that stuff that went down.
Yeah.
I'm not smart enough for that part, but I saw some stuff like I didn't understand the Yanni Mendez. I don't know.
Oh.
Were you guys watching the match where Yanni's down, I guess, 4, right? And he
Hmm.
hits, it looks like I'm a dummy. So to me, it looks like he initiated the move,
I thought he
but,
did too.
but they said that they threw the brick and instead of it being 4-4 now or whatever the score was, I think at the time, now it's 8-1 or some crazy number, 8-2, and he loses. But yeah, I didn't understand. I mean, well deserved by Mendez. He wrestled well, and we love Yanni. But yeah, I didn't. I guess I don't understand some of that stuff. All weekend, I was watching where it looked like someone else was doing the move, but I guess they were saying since during the motion they put themselves in a dangerous position, the other person
Hmm.
gets the point. So I don't know. I was like, whatever. Were there any girls you kind of watched closely while you were watching them?
Well, of course, in the like the challengers part or whatever, like the bracket before you actually get in the finals, I was just watching Audrey Jimenez like just run through literally everyone. Like
What a
I
hammer!
I really thought that she was gonna have like a closer match with Sarah Hildebrandt, but I just think that Sarah Hildebrandt is just so much like older and like like more experienced than Audrey Jimenez. But like when she comes to retire, I feel like I know who's gonna take the spot.
Well, we'll see because yeah, I mean her and Mortimer were in the same.
Mm-hmm.
They were in the consolation, not the challenge finals, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was a good match for a while, but
Yeah,
yeah,
10-6.
she's just Jimenez is just a beast. But I tell you what, I think we're going to see her and Sage for a long time. We're going to see. I mean, how about Blades?
Oh my goodness. I just I love Adeline Gray. Like I think what she does is amazing. She had twins and then she's coming back and wrestling. Like I just think it's really cool. But I feel like a lot of the time, like sometimes having like being younger, you know, as for Blades, like she knows where she wants to be at, and she put Adeline in every position that she wanted to be, and it was like really cool to actually like see some people upset these top level wrestlers, you know. But I still love Adeline Gray.
Yeah,
I
I think the world still loves that. Like, I mean,
Mhm.
we're obviously huge fans of the Blades, and but yeah, one of the classiest things I saw, and you might have saw the poster, was where Adeline and her sister Geneva came down, and they actually hugged Kennedy's parents and wished them luck. And they coached Kennedy when she was younger, so they kind of
Yeah.
were familiar with that. Uh, Somebody else, I mean, I thought Amit Elor against
Oh.
Forrest Molinari. I mean, Amit she's incredible. And Forrest was on a roll throughout the tournament, and it was awesome. But who was your favorite wrestler to watch, um, Elijah?
There's a few. I liked when Forrest wrestled Thomas Gilman. That was a good match.
Yeah.
But Forrest couldn't get out that front headlock. But he is a nasty like slide by. Like he caught him in that like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, where and how about that duck that Forrest has, where
Yeah.
like you blink and he's by, and he does this. He goes to like one leg. I think it looks like his right leg goes out straight, and he kind of slides to his hip, and he comes under you.
Yeah, he almost got that fireman's too. Like it was dirty.
Yeah, and what was there was some other one. The Spencer Lee Gilman match was incredible.
Mm. Yeah, that was a
The
good match.
watching Nick Lee and Rutherford. I mean, these guys come out, they're bandaged up, their heads are bleeding, they're fighting like crazy. It was good stuff. Well, um, what's should we expect you guys to be competing before you guys get off to college? Do you guys have anything in your sights that you want to do, or is it pretty much, well, you're in a rehab position right now, so you're rehabbing your knee, so you won't do that.
Yeah.
And I know talking to Walker, he's like, we want her getting stronger, we want her in the weight room, not necessarily focused 100% on wrestling, more focused on getting your body right for the next level.
Yeah, so I kind of like it was a tough decision. I'd probably do like maybe one tournament, or like Brandon tournaments. I don't even know. But right now, I just want to focus on, getting stronger. Like I'm gonna be wrestling grown women, like 20 years old, 21, like, you know, people that can outmuscle me. So I'm just gonna be working on getting stronger and then growing my technique, like focusing on the little things that I did wrong over the season. Just uh improving my freestyle, leg laces, guts, like all of those. Like I just want to really focus on me getting ready for college. Some people make the mistake of, not like wrestling over the summer and doing whatever they want, and then they go to college, and then you have to actually wrestle and get into shape again. But I feel like if I get into shape right now, well, not really right now, but like in the
Oh,
summertime,
believe me, I know someone who did that.
yeah, like I have a job right now, so like the way it is, like I work as soon as I get off of school, and so I'm just gonna try to switch my schedule and try to work maybe morning, so I'm able to work. I'm meant to wrestle all 5 days of the week, like I used to be doing. So, because I don't want to make the mistake of going into college and not being ready and not being prepared and having like basically giving my coach a bad look, like, oh well, he put me on the team and then I'm wrestling like this, like.
And believe me, yeah. Before we wrap up, um, the one question I wanted to ask you guys is, you guys have been around Walker and George now for pretty much your entire wrestling career, right? Pretty close to it. And what have they meant to you, not just wrestling wise, but life wise, growth wise? And then Brianna going into your junior year, seemed to really catapult you to another level, Gabby. But so those three people in your lives, uh, whoever wants to go first, what have they really meant to you guys?
Well, they meant a lot to me. They gave me so many life lessons that I take outside the wrestling room. Mainly like discipline. Like if you keep working hard and keep sticking to it, you're gonna eventually do something with your life. But it doesn't even have to be like a number one spot, like you win a state title or anything. Like it could be anything. It could be a job position. It could like anything. Like you could just put hard work in, and then you're gonna achieve something in life.
Yeah, well, for me, I don't know, just starting wrestling my freshman year, and like I started towards like the end of my freshman year, and I was just so bad. Like I would lose like almost every match. It was just so embarrassing. I think I was probably like 2 and like 18, something like that. Like I just really wanted to quit, but it was just a turning point, and like just seeing how Walker and Brent saw so much potential in me, it just like made me feel like, why would I quit? Like you need to put in the extra time, the extra work to get better. And then I just made a huge jump. And then I made another huge jump with Bree actually coming in, and Bree, like I'm having a female in the room that I'm able to wrestle with, because girls wrestle way different than boys. Like girls are way more flexible than boys, and Bree could teach me like certain positions that I'm like uncomfortable in. So like just having her in the room just like helped me grow. And then having Walker and Brent, like they were like on top of me, like, no, I'm not getting in trouble in school. No, I'm not doing this, and like just seeing like they shaped me into the person that I am today. And then like when I see people doing stuff that I'm like, I don't see myself doing that, it's just because of how well I was shaped from Walker and Brent. Like, and then even going on to like just life, just understanding like life, is hard sometimes, but you're not just going to sit here and whine about it. You're going to get up and you're going to keep going. It's just life lessons that everyone was taught.
And I feel like, and I've been down there, and my son used to come down a lot. And so from the outside looking in, it seems like maybe he holds it back, but it seems like there's no like favorites. It seems like he treats you guys you're all getting the same treatment. You're all getting the same work ethic. You're all getting the same discipline. But almost like he's got 20 kids in the room that are all his. He's never going to let you guys go hungry. He's never going to let you guys not have a place to sleep. He's never going to let you guys be without something. Obviously, you all have families that do that too, but his door seems always open. Not just like Gibson people. You see other young kids coming in the room and trying to get better, and he welcomes them and he coaches them like they're his.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome to see. Well, I look forward to watching you guys the next level. And, as you guys grow and do things, don't forget your boy. When you guys need to hire like private photographer and stuff, remember me? But it's cool. Well, it'll be fun. You guys going to be at, if you're not competing, you'll still be at the tournaments watching your friends and stuff do that, your teammates. Awesome. Well, tell all those characters if they want to come on the show, just to hit me up and we'll get them on. Especially that one that was looking over your shoulder. He had a hell of a run, man. I was pulling for him. He's a great kid going off to SEU, right?
Yeah.
You guys got a lot of kids going off to college this year out of that room. Good for you guys. Well, man, I love you guys. Love the family. Love everything about you. Love your work ethic. I'm so happy and proud of you guys. So keep kicking life's ass and go out there. Before we leave, what's that chicken wing place down there that Shanahan goes to all the time over off Martin Luther King?
Oh, Uncle Abs.
Oh man, the solid gold or whatever they call it. Isn't that what it's called? Like solid gold or something? You guys don't go down there and get the wings?
Yanni, what? 24K?
24K. Woo! Yeah. If you're ever in Lakeland, hit up that 24K at whatever it's called, Uncle Abs.
Uncle Abs.
Yeah. And even the pigeons are coming up trying to steal chicken wings.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys take it easy. Get back to school. Thanks for giving me some time this morning. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
Thank you.
Thank
All right,
you.
I'm going to hit stop recording.